皆さんおはようございます。Thank you for joining me today. This is the Japanese Easy News article of the day for February 13, 2026. 2026年2月13日の今日の記事でございます。So for our headline today, we have ウクライナの選手、亡くなった選手の写真のヘルメットで失格。And here is our vocabulary list from the headline. We have 選手, which is an athlete. Now this is a title, kind of like san or sensei in Japanese. You can add this after someone's name to kind of show them respect. Athletes are considered people who you can show respect to because of the hard work they put in. So you could say like Yamagata 選手, the athlete Yamagata, or something like that.But we'll just put this at the end of a name as a title. So, 選手, an athlete. And we have 亡くなる, to pass away or to die. 写真, a photograph or a picture. ヘルメット, a helmet. And 失格, disqualified. Okay, let's jump right back into our headline. We have ウクライナの選手. So, ウクライナ is how we say Ukraine in Japanese. So, ウクライナの選手. So, 選手 is athlete, or 選手 is from, or is owned by. You can think of it as from here though. Ukraine. So, an athlete from Ukraine. 亡くなった選手. So, 亡くなった is going to be 亡くなる in the past tense. So, passed away or died.亡くなった選手. So 選手, once again, athlete. So an athlete or athletes who have passed away. の写真. So 写真 is photographs or pictures. Pictures of passed away or dead athletes. のヘルメット. So all of this is describing what kind of helmet we have here. So 亡くなった選手の写真のヘルメット. So a helmet that has pictures of athletes who have passed away. で, so で, in addition to being like at or by means of, this can be like due to. And then we have 失格. So literally lose your privileges here. So 失格, is how we say disqualified. So an athlete from Ukraine.Disqualified due to a helmet of or having pictures of dead or passed away athletes. Okay, we have a nice big vocabulary list from the article. So let's get started. We have オリンピック, the Olympics. Skeleton is skeleton as in the sport skeleton, similar to bobsled, but slightly different.We have 男子, which is how we say men's for like men's sports. 男子 literally means boys. 女子 is also used for women's sports, but that literally means girls. So they say girls sports, boys sports for men and women's sports. 男子 or 女子. Then we have 試合 is a match, a game, or an event. 予定 is plan. 攻撃 is attack.国際 is international. 委員会 is a committee. 大会 is a meeting, a tournament, or an event. 違反する this comes from 違反, which is a violation, but 違反する is to violate or to break, like a rule or contract or something. Have 気持ち which is a feeling. Then we have 別の, and this is normally attached to a noun to say 別の noun, another noun. We have 方法 is a method, a way, or a means. 伝える is to tell or to convey, like a message. 正しい is correct or right, and this is correct normally in like a moral sense, right? We have スポーツ仲裁裁判所, which is the court of arbitration for sport. And 訴える, which is to sue, to file a lawsuit, or also to like make an appeal. Probably should put that on there. I believe that's what's going on in this article, is there's an appeal being made. 訴える.
ミラノ・コルティナオリンピックのニュースです。ウクライナのブラディスラフ・ヘラスケビッチ選手は、スケルトン男子の試合に出る予定でした。ヘラスケビッチ選手は、ロシアの攻撃で亡くなった選手たちの写真をプリントしたヘルメットを使うと言っていました。国際オリンピック委員会は、大会のルールに違反すると言って、ヘラスケビッチ選手を失格にして試合に出しませんでした。国際オリンピック委員会は、亡くなった選手たちへの気持ちを別の方法で表現するように伝えていました。ヘラスケビッチ選手は、国際オリンピック委員会が決めたことは正しくないと言って、スポーツ仲裁裁判所に訴えました。
Alright, let's get right into our article here.
ミラノ・コルティナオリンピックのニュースです。
Okay, so we got lots of katakana today, so hope you're ready. ミラノ・コルティナオリンピックのニュースです。So, ミラノ・コルティナ The Milano Cortina Olympics オリンピックのニュースです。So, ニュース news about this new no tells us it's from or about something. So this is news about the Milano Cortina Olympics. This is our is. So this is news about that.
ウクライナのブラディスラフ・ヘラスケビッチ選手は、スケルトン男子の試合に出る予定でした。
Okay. And I'm sorry if I butcher this name. I will say it as it is in katakana. So we have Ukraina no, so something is from Ukraine. It's a person actually. Vladislav Heraskevich. So Vladislav Heraskevich. I'm not going to try to say that in English. So Vladislav Heraskevich 選手. Sorry, this is 選手 here, which is athlete. So the athlete Vladislav Heraskevich は our main topic here. スケルトン男子の試合に出る予定でした。So, スケルトン男子。So, men's skeleton men's の試合 events. So, events of men's skeleton に出る。So, 出る is to come out, but it's also to show up or to appear or to participate in. So, 試合に出る here would be to participate in events for the men's skeleton, and 出る connected to 予定, which is plans. And then we have でした. So there were plans for ブラディスラフ・ヘラスケビッチ選手 the athlete ブラディスラフ・ヘラスケビッチ from Ukraine to participate in events for the men's skeleton.
ヘラスケビッチ選手は、ロシアの攻撃で亡くなった選手たちの写真をプリントしたヘルメットを使うと言っていました。
Okay. So, ヘラスケビッチ選手は So, the athlete ヘラスケビッチは our main idea here. ロシアの攻撃でロシアの攻撃 is an attack, also used for a military attack. So, attacks from Russia. で due to attacks from Russia. で亡くなった選手. So, 選手 once again is athlete. And then we have tachi here, which we can use for living things and particularly people to make things plural in Japanese. We don't always use it, but we can. So, ロシアの攻撃で亡くなった選手たち。The athletes who have passed away due to the attacks from Russia. And then we have の写真。写真 is going to be photographs or pictures. So pictures of athletes who passed away due to the Russian attacks. をプリントした。So プリント would be print. プリントする。So this is する in the past tense. And this is all describing our helmet. So a helmet which had printed thereon pictures or photographs of athletes who had passed away due to the Russian attacks. を使う. So this is what connects to our wa here. So Heraskevich 選手, the athlete Heraskevich, is going to use a helmet which had printed on it photographs of athletes who passed away due to the Russian attack. And then と言っていました. So という, this is from the verb you, to say. So this athlete was saying he would use such a helmet. And all of this is describing that helmet. We talked about it. So.
国際オリンピック委員会は大会のルールに違反すると言ってヘラスケビッチ選手を失格にして試合に出しませんでした。
Okay, 国際オリンピック委員会。So 国際 International Olympic, the Olympics 委員会 Committee. So I think it's called the International Olympic Committee. I could be wrong there, but I believe that's what it's called in English. は main idea here. 大会のルール. So 大会, the events or the big event, right? 大会のルール, the rules of the events or rule of the Olympics pretty much. に違反する. So 違反 once again in violation. So 違反すると言って. So という. So this と tells us this is what we're saying. Right here, it kind of puts a quote on stuff that comes before it. So 大会のルールに違反すると言って. And then we have you in the te form because we're going to continue our sentence. We can do that with verbs saying. So the International Olympic Committee said that this is an invisible this here, but in Japanese context, there's a this here, and this referring to our last sentence. This thing of him using the helmet is in violation of the rules of the events. So they said that this is in violation of rule of the events. ヘラスケビッチ選手を失格にして. So the athlete ヘラスケビッチを失格. So 失格 is disqualified. 失格にする to make someone disqualified. And then this suru is in te because we're going to continue our sentence yet again. So we have a te form. And then finally, our verb in the tenses that we need. So 試合に出しませんでした. So 試合, the events, に出す would be to let someone. So we have deru to show up or to participate. 出す would be to let someone show up in the events or to let them participate. So 試合に出しませんでした would be they did not let him participate in the events. So they said this was in violation of the rules. They disqualified him and did not let him participate in the events.
国際オリンピック委員会は亡くなった選手たちへの気持ちを別の方法で表現するように伝えていました。
Okay, so 国際オリンピック委員会 the International Olympic Committee. What main idea here? 亡くなった選手たち. So once again, the passed away athletes, the athletes who passed away. への気持ち. So 気持ち is feelings. And then we are having feelings towards people. And so here we need to use instead of ni. We know a lot of times ni and when there's a direction to something, we can use either. When we are using it along with no, we need an So, 亡くなった選手たちへの気持ち, feelings towards the passed away athletes を別の方法で So 別の another 方法 means or method or way で in another method or way で表現する So 表現する is to express. So express these feelings toward these passed away or dead athletes in another way. で表現するように伝えました or 伝えていました。So the verb, what our International Olympic Committee is doing is they are 伝える, which is to convey or tell a message. And then 伝えていました, they were doing this. ように, so when we have ように with another verb, we're doing this verb so that this other verb happens. It's also a way we can say like for someone to command someone or tell someone to do it. So here we have ように伝える. They were basically like, you have to do this. That's kind of what the implication here is. So the International Olympic Committee said that he had to express his feelings towards the dead athletes in another way or another method, by other means.
ヘラスケビッチ選手は国際オリンピック委員会が決めたことは正しくないと言ってスポーツ仲裁裁判所に訴えました。
Okay, then we have ヘラスケビッチ選手は So the athlete ヘラスケビッチは main idea here 国際オリンピック委員会が the International Olympic Committee が they're going to do something and then we have a verb along with this が決めた So 決める to decide or to determine and then 決めたことkoto being things. So the things that the Olympic or the International Olympic Committee decided は正しくない. So 正しい would be if something is correct or morally right. And then this is in the negative. So for any adjective, we drop the e and add くない. 正しくない. Incorrect or wrong, right? と言って So our athlete Heraskevich said that the things that they determined or that their determination about disqualifying him was incorrect, 正しくない。と言って、スポーツ仲裁裁判所に訴えました。And I forget what the English name of this one is, so I'm going to cheat real quick. It is the Court of Arbitration for Sport. So, スポーツ仲裁裁判所 The Court of Arbitration for Sport に訴えました So the 訴える here in the context of what's going on, it is not to sue, but this is an appeal. So he said that what they determined was wrong, and he made an appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. That one. I'll never remember that. So there you go. So that is it for our article today. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you're enjoying these articles and hopefully they're of a little better quality since I'm not trying to rush in so many every day. But please, if you are enjoying these, like and subscribe if you have not yet. And hit that bell so you're notified of these videos when they pop up. We're still planning on having a few every single week. So thank you so much once again. And I will plan on seeing you next week. また来週。